Oh, I think that I found myself some podcasters. They are always in my ear when I need them. Oh, I think that I found myself some podcasters. They are always in my ear when I need them. Hey, everybody. How are you today? It's a beautiful day out there, no matter where you are. The Triple Threat Podcast, coming along for the ride with me, as always, Matt Vaughn, and William C.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'm Alex.
That's right.
That
no, you didn't forget it.
That was forever.
Yeah, forever. What is that song based on? Is that based on a popular song?
Oh God, you just don't know anything, do you? It's a song called "Cheerleader."
Okay. Is that a T-Swift song?
No. Oh, you guys are terrible. For
what? I don't know
pop
pop music.
Popcast, you're not really. Yeah, you work at a restaurant. They probably play it 17 times a day. It's not a good song.
They might.
All
of it sounds the same to me. They have these really weird songs.
Cheerleader and podcaster, and then here and ear. It was too good to pass up.
I guess so, Alex. You know what? I didn't know about it before now, and now I'm glad I do know about it. I'm glad.
Well, somebody will get it. Someone will get it. It's fine. You guys don't have to.
Yeah.
It's a tough crowd out there.
One of the two people who listen to this will get it.
Yes. Well, I listen to it too, so I'll listen to it next week and be like, yeah. I mean, by next week, I mean today.
Yeah, you're one of the two people.
Yes.
Folks, this is a podcast. We're all related to each other by blood. We're brothers. Officially, there's no half-brothers, no step-brothers. No offense if you are a half-brother or a step-brother.
That's right.
You're just a lesser brother.
No, you're not. Family.
So we often talk about things on the podcast. They're mostly we talk about our antiques we purchased.
Antiques.
We talk about
politics, religion. Let's see.
Swatches of fabric, our favorite swatches, swatch watches.
Yes.
We swap recipes. We just describe. We don't even go into like details about it. We go into the exact details actually, just which ingredients, how much of them.
Yeah, that's the recipe is listing ingredients and how much of each.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt,
Matt,
what recipe?
Comic-Con on the podcast.
Yeah, well, what recipe do you have today, Matt? I have a good one. If you don't, I have a good one. It's called microwaved frozen vegetables. And you take 2 cups of frozen vegetables and you microwave them for 5 minutes, and then they're ready for you. And there you go. That's my recipe.
5 minutes.
I gave you the ingredients and how much. Hey, wait, excuse me. I'm the one bringing the recipe. You guys can't argue with my recipe.
How frozen are these vegetables?
Quite. They're very frozen. They're as frozen as you can get.
Sorry. So let's change it again. It's called microwaved quite frozen vegetables.
Quite frozen vegetables. You put extra cold vegetables in an extra hot microwave and microwave it for 15 minutes. If you want them 3 times as
wait for the explosion.
That's my recipe. Hell. No, we don't talk about recipes.
Good.
Yes,
okay.
Matt,
Check out Will on next season of Top Chef Canada.
Yeah, not gonna be there.
No,
because I'm not a chef at all. Make the same meal every darn day. But Matt,
no, you're not
that seems bad. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is bad. It's a terrible life. And the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. It's like prison.
Cold ramen and hot vegetables.
I don't eat ramen. I don't mess with noodles, bro. Matt, you said Comic-Con, and you're right. Comic-Con took place, last year, 2 weeks ago? How long ago is it now?
It wasn't last weekend? I think last weekend was part of it. It's a fairly large event.
Yes, it was a long event, yeah.
The event that, if you look at its name, you can see it used to be a comic book convention, and now it's just a thing convention.
Yes, that's right. Ben Grimm was there, I think. Jamie Bell, I think, was there. Yes, it's a geekdom convention. They have, I think, a better name for it up in Canada, which is just called Fan Expo. If you're a fan of whatever, it's going to be there, most likely.
I think that's a better name.
I think it's a
different
broader
name.
It's a different name. it addresses the broadness of topics being presented at Comic-Con. Because there aren't a whole lot of comic books on display, but I guess these guys are there. Comic-Con's a fine name. You know what it is right away. Fan Expo's it's our little Canadian version of it.
I guess, they had like these Hunger Game and Twilight-y type things too that came in, which are not comic books.
They're regular. They're based off of regular books without drawings, drawings.
Yes. So they should call it Book and Movie and everything else a con?
Book and Movie Con, yeah. Yeah, cool. There's TV too, right? Walking Dead had a big presence there, but also that's based off of a comic book.
Yeah, so that has
a graphic novel. So now
and a lot of the big film announcements, like you're not going to have, whatever the Oscar bait's going to be come December. They don't get up there and they're like, yes, we're doing this movie about an orphan and he has to survive living on a boat with a tiger. Actually, that was already done, and that was based on a book too. Never mind. But also, you know what I mean?
Bad book.
Slow book.
Because the tiger was, it was a metaphor, right?
It can't be a slow book. Each chapter was like a page and a half.
It can be a slow developing book. It's not like the length of the chapter matters.
Yeah. Disagree.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I find too much in this podcast I bring up. I have opinions about things, and then Alex brings the thing up, and I agree with them, and so I'm going to try to agree with him less. No matter how valid his points might be.
Yeah, you disagree with lots of stuff. In fact, the amount of times you say the word disagree, I'd like to create a compilation of that and play it at your next birthday party. The disagree reel.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about some things about Comic-Con. What kind of stuck out to you is like, what's a big thing? What's your take home from Comic-Con in terms of, you didn't go, obviously, but like news spreads.
You know what I didn't know is that San Diego's the second largest city in California.
It sure is.
I also...
Thanks, John Oliver.
Yeah, second biggest. You also what?
I also watched this last week tonight.
Oh, okay, good. So we're on the same page. So I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know San Diego was the second largest. So good for them, I guess. And
good for being a big city.
The second biggest city.
Being a big city
in California. California's a big state too. It's third biggest.
Is that just because San Francisco's like all those little towns and stuff aren't incorporated around San Francisco? Because there's no way.
Yeah, the Bay Area as a whole,
Yeah, okay.
Well, I would think
get into it, to be honest.
I would think the combination of San Francisco and Oakland would probably be larger, but they all have their own little thing. Anyway,
there's no way to find out, but go ahead.
Yeah.
It's the worst geography lesson I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, shut up. I'm the only one on the show that's actually been to San Francisco. Okay. So I can tell you from firsthand experience.
Says who?
Yeah, my the big take home from Comic-Con for me this year, I think, is just DC and specifically DC Films, what they were able to do in their two. I never watched any of the panels, but obviously these trailers. I think the big trailer coming out of there is definitely the Batman and v Superman trailer, and the Suicide Squad trailer. But that one didn't officially hit the internet until I think a couple days after. So Batman vs. Superman one was definitely one worth that everyone was talking about. It's another trailer that's almost 4 minutes long. So again, it's way too long for a trailer.
Are just getting longer and longer, man.
I don't know if this is a trailer. It's more of maybe a reel or something, but it was The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and it was over 5 minutes long. And
cut
like
I saw the trailer for Man from U.N.C.L.E., and I was not interested.
I don't know about Armie Hammer with a Russian accent.
Like I said,
I think you mean a bad
Brit
Russian
playing
accent.
an American and an American playing a Russian.
Yeah, and Hugh Grant plays a Brit, so he's got that going for him.
Well, we're not going to break down every single nationality and that, but yeah, thanks.
I think there's like a French actress in there somewhere.
Yeah,
too.
I'm gonna kill you.
You're gonna kill me.
I don't know.
The amount of times
I underreacted.
Yeah, the amount of times Alex has said he's going to kill me, I'm going to make a reel, Alex, of that and play it at your next birthday party. So yeah, the Superman v Batman trailer is obviously the big. It was obviously the big thing. Star Wars didn't have. I thought they would at least have a poster. They didn't need to bring out another trailer because they brought one out just a few months ago at their own little convention thing too. Here's the other thing: is that Comic-Con, like everyone. Like Disney has one next month, I think, called D23, and Disney owns, Marvel and Star Wars. Probably a bunch of other stuff I'm forgetting. Oh, the Muppets too, the other Muppets.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know it's not relevant, but I want to contribute.
Oh, by the way, congratulations to all the ESPY winners. That was it's good.
Man,
it's good.
What a waste of an award show, which seems like
it's like here's the award show for the best winners. Don't they have an award as like the best championship team?
Yeah.
What? You can't compare like
Golden State Warriors, the New England Patriots, and whoever won the World Series last year. I'm going to assume the Giants because they always seem to win.
The San Francisco Baseball Giants won. Anyway, so Star Wars showed an interesting reel of like behind the scenes stuff. So they showed us.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, they showed us clips.
What is Simon Pegg doing in that movie?
He's just a dude in an alien costume.
Like, he doesn't have like a speaking role. He just gets to be a dude in an alien costume. They won't cut.
Yeah, he actually didn't want to be in it because he didn't want J.J. Abrams to do any stunt casting. So he's I think he wanted to be part of it, but not be part of it. You know what I mean? So he's like. He was obviously very jazzed to be crammed in an alien suit and sweating and all that stuff. But you
sold me on it, Will. You sold me on it.
I appreciate that decision not to be in it. Also, I'm adding to my list of quasi-celebrities that I've seen in public. The other night at the grocery store, I was in line behind Anton Yelchin. And
really? That's not pseudo, right?
Charlie Bartlett.
I remember I saw the last half of that movie.
I saw the first half, so let's talk
there you
about
go.
it.
Let's work this out.
You guys compare halves. You guys.
Robert Downey Jr. expected a lot of that guy.
Sure you know what? I saw him and I was like walking around and I was like, "What the heck is he filming in town?" I wonder.
You know.
Yes, I know. Star Trek 3. Star Trek Beyond was what he is filming. So I was right behind him.
Wait, does it have a name?
Yeah, that's the name. Star Trek Beyond.
Wait, since when? What?
Since the other day. I don't know. They announced it at Comic-Con. No, I don't know.
No, you're messing with me.
No, I'm not. It's confirmed, yeah. Okay. Variety or somebody reported it the other day. It was kind of lost in all the shuffle, though, man. There's a lot of entertainment news, right? Because sometimes stuff slips through the cracks.
You should have went up and been like, "You're my favorite Kyle Reese," and see what he did.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he was in that movie. How's he not?
Yeah, he's Kyle Reese in that movie.
How's he not in that movie? I was behind him, and he tried to buy hand sanitizer, and they couldn't ring it up properly, so they had to do a price check.
Oh,
I think he's got a cold, too. He had a lot of
never seen a price check.
At IGA?
In the last, 20... Well, I haven't seen an IGA in 20 years, but a price check.
Yeah, whoa, what? Were you buying groceries in the 1990s, Will?
Still got them out there.
Yeah, they've existed then and still do now. Some companies still make it.
I used to buy my groceries at the IGA. I still do, but I used to, too.
But I used to do, too. Thanks. Shout out to Mitch Hedberg.
Only that's not about grocery shopping. It's about drugs.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
So I know. It's just a funny thing to turn it into.
Oh, it's hilarious, Matt. You're really lightening it up.
I think making fun of me more.
I think he was coming down with a cold or something.
We're maybe overanalyzing the state of the celebrity.
He had vitamin C and he had a scratchy throat, and he had hand sanitizer. I wrote all that to TMZ. I took a video of it. It's like, we have shocking video of Anton Yelchin at a grocery store in Vancouver. Anyway, that was my story. Bridging off of Simon Pegg being in the Star Wars costume, not wanting to be in Star Wars as a character.
They released a couple trailers at Comic-Con.
A bunch of them, yeah, released a lot.
I'm sure they released a bunch of them, but a couple that really matter. And the one thing I want to get to before we touch on these trailers, one of the trailers, there are two trailers in particular that were kind of like supposed to be quote unquote for Comic-Con, which was Deadpool and Suicide Squad. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong there. That's fine. And the idea was they would show the trailer at Comic-Con and then probably release it, I don't know, a month or more later on. But, people took video of it and they're like, oh, people are leaking it. That's illegal. We're just going to release it anyway, which is so ridiculous because you can't show a trailer in front of a large group of people, especially not at Comic-Con, and just expect it to not get out there. Like, why would you not share that? It's a trailer anyway. Like, it's not like the movie.
Yeah, it's like
you should be able to get ahead of the curve at this point and expect that if you show it to 5,000 people, it's going to be on the internet in 8 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. They can even Periscope it or whatever that app is called.
Oh yeah, it's true. It is called Periscope.
Meerkat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can literally just stream it live. I mean, I get you pay. I think it's like $350 for a Comic-Con pass, so you pay that money and you go and check out a trailer. It's just the experience
you pay for, though. It's like being like,
sure.
Other people didn't watch this football game in person. They should be able to see it live.
Thanks, local blackouts.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
I agree. It's ridiculous.
It's silly.
They don't expect it to be leaked.
Yeah, maybe they just do, and they just want to get on like this is kind of a moral high ground kind of thing.
Well, like I think Batman and Superman did the smart thing. They're like, here we go, we'll show it at Comic-Con, and now it's on the internet. Now the world will see it.
If it wasn't at the exact same time. It was like a minute later.
Because you want your fans to see the best version of it they can. Like I watched both versions of the Suicide Squad trailer. I watched that leaked one, just kind of at an angle, and whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely not good, and I can't understand anything in it. But
and then you get
the whole thing.
But I watched the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
and then you get you get the good one. You get the nice quality one where you're like, okay, I can enjoy this more.
So, real quick, Alex, did you see both those trailers? These are the ones I want to talk about.
I've seen both those trailers.
Okay, sure. I want to start. Let's talk about Batman v Superman, a movie that I would say prior to this trailer, and maybe you guys are in the same boat. I was not excited about. I was actively like, you know what, the Dark Knight trilogy. That's my Batman. I don't need another one. I especially don't need one right now. I'm fine. And the trailer at least has me a little bit more intrigued from before, especially because. Not because, but I was not excited about Man of Steel. We talked about it on the podcast about 150 episodes ago. How we didn't like Man of Steel, and the sequel doesn't really interest us. But throw Batman in there, maybe it does. And so I was a little intrigued by this trailer. What did you think, Alex? What did you think?
Yeah, so the first time I'd seen it, I watched on my buddy's phone. I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, it looks good. And then I was talking to you about it, and you're like, well, what'd you think? And I was like, I didn't really know what was happening. So I watched it the second time, and yeah, I'm in the same boat. I did not like Man of Steel. And I like Superman movies. I'm not the kind of guy who is not like, I don't like Superman movies because how are you going to beat them up? I actually quite enjoy them. This one I did not enjoy. So yeah, I'm kind of way more excited for this movie than I was previously, which would have been not at all. So I think that, I'm wary, but I probably actually will go see it in theaters now. And I don't need another trailer for it, even though there'll be probably 11 more to come out between now and then. Will?
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. I thought at the end some of this Man of Steel stuff that bothered me, particularly at the end of Man of Steel, is when you have, they did this in Blade 2, and they did this in Matrix, I think Reloaded and Revolutions, where they have, two physical actors who are people fighting, and then to get really nuts, they completely CG either one or both of them, they just look rubbery. Yeah. So at the end of Man of Steel, you had that big showdown between Superman and Zod, and a lot of that fight is them as CG. I know Zack Snyder's like, yeah, these guys are so super powerful. They're punching, they move faster than any human possibly could, and But the reason we go to see movies, live action movies, is to see the actors live doing action.
Yes,
I don't like when they replace people. You can have CG aliens because we don't know what an alien looks like, but as soon as you do a CG person, even like Jeff Bridges in Tron 2, or when Arnold shows up in Terminator Salvation.
It looks so bad.
That's really
like
bad.
That, as soon as you're see that in the trailer in Genesis, you're just like, I can't even.
Yeah. I think that's actually, it might have been the actual shot of him though from the movie, because I know they did recycle stuff from the original.
It was pretty. It looked pretty ratty in the trailer.
I've seen a few times. I'm like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie.
You think that would be obvious, but I think it's probably just not as good quality.
Yeah.
So that bothers me in films in general. So toward the end of this very serious trailer where people are like, I think Jeremy Irons has a really cool line, which I think was in the first trailer too. He's like, the fever turns good men cruel. And that was pretty awesome coming from Scar. But, you got
too soon.
Wonder Woman getting thrown up against that thing. And then you get that punching of Superman. So some of that CGE stuff is gonna, I can tell it's gonna bug me. Obviously, they're gonna have some sort of triple threat match at the end of that movie between Batman and Wonder Woman and Superman. I mean, there's lots of theories you can throw around. Maybe Batman got Wonder Woman on his side because he's like, I got to fight a god, so I need you. I called you on your invisible phone, so come over here and help me out with this guy.
It's an invisible smartphone now, though.
Yeah. It's got Angry Birds on it.
That's what makes it fun, a smartphone, which is actually not a bad kind of measurement of that.
That's right. Yeah, it makes it super smart. But yeah, I thought it was very cool. I thought it was some of the stuff raised a lot of questions. Like you got Batman fighting basically like a Superman army. And
that's interesting. Probably some sort of army that is like co-opting the Superman thing.
This is my personal theory, and I'm sure many people share it. I think it's a fantasy sequence. It's like in Ultron when they showed in the trailer, you see Captain's vibranium shield snapped in half. And that was when, that's when Tony's freaking out, right? So I think that could be part of some sort of, some sort of fantasy sequence. Another interesting bit is the suit with the R on it, with the Joker spray paint and Batman's armory.
I didn't see the R on it, but I
had to see a still photo of it to check that out. Because at first I thought it was Zod's outfit, because they do unzip Zod in a body bag.
That's interesting.
At an early point in the trailer.
Shouldn't his head be turned around, by the way?
Well, it was just his head, so maybe they keep zipping down, and it's his back.
It's his back. That'd be so ridiculous in that movie.
That's an easy effect to do. You just have him put on his shirt backwards, and there you go. He's lying there.
Practical.
Very practical. But yeah, like the shot of Superman ripping off the doors of the Batmobile and standing over him, that's very cool. It seems to explain the story better as to why they'd be fighting that.
I love that that opening was great because there's this moment of Man of Steel. Like the big problem was there's so much destruction and it's so dumb. But it's like if you take us back to it, if you do a Back to the Future 2 and show us the other side of it, which is what that's called. It looks great, and I don't know, Ben Affleck, I believe as someone who is good. I guess I don't know if that's really the right word, but. So to see him kind of like running into that debris in that cloud was it was cool. So you don't see that very much.
Yeah, it was very cool. Then he's lying amongst the rubble of Wayne. It's a Wayne Tower. You can see the sign behind him.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I agree. I was like, that was a thing. And Man of Steel that ticked a lot of people off. You're like, oh yeah, he's fighting one guy, but how many? Each one of those buildings is hundreds of people. Like that's very, very
thousands, if not thousands of people.
Thousands of people, and then
there's 10 September 11th that are happening at the end of that movie.
Yeah, exactly. September.
Sorry, that's not
terrible.
That's not
untrue. I know.
September 110.
No, that's really bad.
Oh, shut up. And then it makes sense. They put Superman on trial, and someone pointed out they were like, Superman's parents are both kind of like, just don't use your powers. Just don't do anything. Because remember, Clark's dad. Can't remember his first name, but Mr. Kent, played by Mr. Kevin Costner, in the first one's like, don't use your powers, don't save the kids in that bus, and don't save me when I run into a tornado. And then
that's so stupid.
And
when did he use his 13 Days accent during that movie? That's the real question.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, you nailed it before, Kevin Costner. Let's get back to that. There's so much of this trailer I'm forgetting that you're just reminding me of, Will.
Yeah, I watched it.
She just wants Superman to go back to being, roughing up guys in Nova Scotia.
That's right, where he saw total eclipse of the sun.
Interesting.
You just assume that's Nova Scotia because of the Keith sign, or they say it's Nova Scotia?
Well, I'm it's more than just the Keith. There's a Keith sign. He's a fisherman.
Yeah,
there's looks like parts of Nova Scotia I've seen before.
Okay.
Well, actually, they shot all that. They shot all that in not Tofino, in Ucluelet on the island where I was last fall, and. Yeah, old Yuki. We had a hot dog at the Yuki dog. I don't recommend it. So Martha Kent's like,
don't go out of your way, folks.
Yeah, don't go out of your way. She's like, be whatever you want them to be all of it or be none of it. You don't owe them anything, which is another line that we hear in Dark Knight Rises when Selena is telling him, you don't owe these people you've already given these people everything.
Not everything.
Not yet. Yeah, right.
So it's like when that happens.
That's not the reading of that line.
You're by yourself. Bruce.
I know, but
character. He's a method actor. This is Batman.
This is something. I'm glad you brought that up. This is something I want to address too between the Nolan DC movies and the Snyder's DC movies, which is at least the Nolan movies are very serious, but at least they have some jokes in it that are something like that gives it a little bit of levity. It's like sonar like a submarine, Mr. Wayne, like a submarine. Instead of saying like a bat. And then, like Man of Steel has that joke. She's like, hey, what's that symbol? It's a symbol for my home planet. It means hope. Well, I think it means Get the feedback in there, right? Can't say Superman. Don't say Superman the whole movie. So I would again, the tone of this movie is stone serious. So I think we'll have something like and that was another thing in Man of Steel I didn't like. It wasn't too much. I'll say it wasn't too much fun, quote unquote, where the Avengers kind of goes over the edge and is like, how about you say it, nunts? These movies have,
too quippy.
No, yeah, these movies aren't quippy at all.
Yeah, damn quippy.
Skippy.
So there's no quips to be found. Anyway, and one of the last points I'll make is that Man of Steel was a good trailer too, and they certainly know how to cut a trailer together and have people, today's your day for truth, say some epic stuff, and looks pretty cool.
What do we think of? Jesse Eisenberg has been in publicity photos with a shaved head.
Oh, it's a
trailer with long hair.
Yeah, he's wearing a piece, I think.
But
so why is his head shaved? I guess.
Well, yeah, Lex Luthor in the comics is bald, but Lex Luthor in the movie wears wigs because Gene Hackman's ridiculous.
Kevin Spacey did it too, and in the first,
he's bald in that, doesn't he?
He is, but he wore a wig in the first scene.
Yeah. Oh man, Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor is good casting.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Same with Brandon
Routh. Hey man, Brandon Routh's the Atom now. He's got his own DC show. He's like a different DC.
Yeah, that's
character.
sad though.
I mean, that's not so bad.
He has to be saying, "I used to be Superman."
I don't know. I think you're just like he used to be Superman, but he also could be nothing. So
it could be nothing. That's what
you could be nothing. So be happy with what you got. But yes, I think he's wearing a piece, and he'll take it off at some point.
And they'll say, "Haha, I was bald," and they'll say, "Yeah,
I was bald the whole time." Get it? And like, oh yes, now you're evil. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, not that significant. Well, you touched on the Joker earlier. Joker's in Suicide Squad trailer. That's a trailer we saw. Alex, I'm going to go back to you.
Yeah, boy. I'm the wrong person to ask about this one. It looks good.
A very well organized podcast, by the way. Alex, I'm going to.
I don't really know anything about this. Like, I don't know.
I don't either.
Anything about anything.
Mostly.
But yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Hey man, Will Smith gets to say, "Let's go save the world." So
yeah, that was a bit too much Will Smith for my sake.
It was it's a very Will Smith line. I think he's like, just make sure in this movie I get to say, "All right, time to save the world." Just make sure I get to say that.
Welcome to
Sometimes
Earth.
your impressions are pretty good. Will Smith is not one of them. Will?
No, I know. Hey, I'm no Jay Farrow. I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not. Oh man, obviously, I'm not.
For me? You had Denzel Washington for me?
Okay, all right, okay. That's not an impression. It's just a. What's the word? An inference? That's not
inflection. I think it's
inflection. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, Suicide Squad trailer. That was okay. There's some Batman in it, which is fun.
It's a very artfully done trailer. I thought.
Yes.
With that cool, song, that very eerie song, and Harley hanging out, and she looks really weird. And
that song's originally by the Bee Gees, right?
Oh, I guess so.
It's kind of like I was listening to that. I was like, that's pretty great.
What's originally? I don't know. Alex is on.
I started a joke. Isn't that by the Bee Gees? I don't have a cover. I started a joke.
You can look it up. I mean, Alex is down with the pop music, but maybe not the hits of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
The modern stuff.
The modern stuff, exactly.
I started a joke as a song by the Bee Gees from their 1968 album "Idea," which was released as a single in December of that year.
Nice. It's a goodie, guys. Yeah, but the trailer's in it too. That's another one of those songs that's kind of like Mad World, like when they was in Donnie Darko.
Yes, yeah.
They made it slow. Although Mad World was a little bit pretty well set for that.
Well, didn't the Wallflowers or something cover it?
Gary Jules did.
He did the one.
No, I'm talking about I Started a Joke.
So sorry. Maybe they did.
Maybe
I thought it was in Zoolander or something.
That would be interesting.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Talk amongst yourselves while I figure this out.
Wallflowers is still a little bit dated for 2001, though. Because it was kind of like mid-90s.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're like mid to late, I would say. No, they did. I think they did a song. They did a song on the Godzilla soundtrack, which was 1998.
So it's called "Come With Me"
by
whatever he was called back then.
By Papa Diddy Pop. I think it's
Papa Diddy Pop.
It's Puff Daddy. Before he was roughing up his son's coaches.
So Harley, what's her name?
Harley Quinn.
How do you want to call her? Harley Race.
That's okay. Harley Race.
So Harley Quinn. People, I remember at Comic-Con when I watched it, people were pretty excited about her. Whatever. I don't know what her deal is. She just seems like kind of a mild girl Joker. And then Joker shows up at the end, and people had opinions about that. And I think too many people, and we've talked about this, but I want to repeat it. Too many people have drawn the comparison of, hey, if you don't like this Joker, guess what? We didn't like the Heath Ledger Joker originally, and then we saw it, and we were like, oh, man, we were super wrong. But you're using the exception to prove a point.
I'm going to make a reel of Matt saying you're using an exception to prove a point, and Matt, I'm going to play it at your next birthday party. Anyway,
I have a birthday party right now. Oh, boy.
I'm planning for the next couple of years, guys. Come on.
At least half the things you're planning for me aren't very flattering, so I'm not super excited.
That's not. It's good. It's you're consistent. It's your gimmick on the show.
Yeah, consistency and moving the pod along. Will, what did you think of Suicide Squad? What did you think of the Joker?
Hey, just move this pod backwards for a second. The Wallflowers did cover. I started a joke specifically for the Zoolander soundtrack.
Interesting.
So can we move it diagonally and take out the king?
As you were.
You don't take out the king. You put him in a check.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yep. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, chess reference for all you guys out there.
Will, Suicide Squad.
All you chess fans. It was cool. It was intriguing. Raised more questions than answers, and it's got kind of the same payoff that the Force Awakens trailer has, because it's like, look at all this stuff, and this guy's back. So I thought that was that was cool.
Does Han Solo show up at the end of Suicide Squad?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
Chewie.
He said, "Chewie,
we're coming to save the Earth."
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
So Suicide Squad was cool. I was happy to see Canadian actor Ted Whittle at the beginning of that trailer too. He's like, so they're bad guys. I guess Ted moved to Toronto, so I'm glad you moved there, Ted. Not messing it up over here. Take that, Ted. So I thought it was pretty cool, and we'll see. I don't know, all these the trailers. It's just the it's reading the menu at the restaurant, and then we got to be served it. So I think we're going to be served that next year or next 2 years. When does it come out?
I think it's next year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's next year. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's next year. Alex, you
Alex,
like that one?
Joker impression.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, I don't. Your stupid analogy.
Hey,
we read the menu.
We read the menu.
We have to be served.
Suicide Squad comes out August 5th, 2016.
All right, so mark your calendars, everybody.
Yep.
Mark your calendars, folks.
Feel the vibrations.
Cinco de Augusto? Cinco de Augusto. The Deadpool trailer I didn't
in Spanish.
The Deadpool trailer I didn't see, but I would like to have. Have they posted it yet? I don't know if they posted it yet.
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think so. All right, cool. So apparently that one was very cool and very well received. So if you've seen it, send us a tweet and we'll give you the addresses at the end of the show. Okay, I don't know what that song was, but I don't know what that sound was. But it was good. You know what I don't like? Speaking of stuff that's not good, don't like the Reebok shirts in the UFC. I don't know.
The Reebok kits.
The kits that apparently a lot of fighters are upset over because they're going to make a lot less money. Alex, what's the
exactly. Word? So Reebok signed a deal with UFC to be the official whatever.
So who was the supplier before? I guess it was like Tap Out or Affliction. Like
technically, no. Well, that's the thing. Is technically it was nobody. Fighters could use their own shorts, right, and kind of use whatever they chose. So they might have been, Reebok or Tap Out or Affliction shorts. But then on top of that, they could have all their sponsors on that. So it's kind of, if you've seen old UFC fights, and you should, there's 188 versus 1 to go check out. Actually, even more than that with fight nights. But, their shorts kind of look like, for lack of a better comparison, NASCAR cars, right, where there's ads all over them, and they would get paid for those. But the UFC signed a big contract with Reebok, if I said that right, last year, and this was the first time that went into effect. So a little bit of pushback from kind of the middle to lower card fighters who aren't able to make extra income off of sponsors. They're not big enough to get commercial deals or anything like that, like your Ronda Rouseys or your John Bones Jones or whatever. So it's a little bit harder for them to earn cash now. You would think that, it's a pretty big contract, so you'd think that the UFC would in turn pay out more to fighters when they're fighting, and that might be part of it. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it looks cleaner, like it looks good, but the fact that the people don't like it, I don't know about that. Like the fighters themselves don't like it. I'm not so sure if it's a great idea.
Yeah, it just looks so plain.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's playing for the same team, and it's UFC, but it's like, well, you're still fighting each other.
Yeah, you can't even really put the shirt on after the fight. It's like Joe's Fight Club House of Fun match, and get some extra money off that or anything. Although it's kind of good not to see that anymore. Guys getting their awkward, sweaty bodies, like with a T-shirt thrown halfway on.
Oh, they
like,
have it halfway on. They
raise
raise their hand. Yeah.
You go out and you get a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me anything.
Or if you're like, Rory McDonald, you try to pull it over your very swollen face.
Rory. Rory McDonald went full Voldemort that fight. Like, his nose was non-existent by the third round. Like, the side view, you're just like, oh, that dude just doesn't have a nose anymore.
Yeah, he just got mashed into
And the way he
skull.
lost was he basically took, like, a very, like, not a soft jab, because I'm sure if Robbie Lawler jabbed me in the nose, I wouldn't be like, come on. Try again. A relatively soft jab to the nose, and he just crumpled. Like, he was just done. Like, if your nose is shattered and then someone, like, sneezes on your nose, you're going to be basically in tears.
If a mosquito landed on his nose,
yeah, exactly. Ugh. So that was kind of rough to see because I had actually seen him in Halifax qualify as a number one contender back in October. So this was for the final coming around to all that. And then to have him lose, like he could have possibly eked out a decision if he won the fifth round. It was a pretty close fight. A couple rounds could have gone either way. But Robbie Lawler just punches so friggin' hard, man. And he's a guy who's been around for a while. Like probably like he's like 33 or something, and kind of always been middle to top of the class, but without actually winning a title, at least in the UFC. So it's kind of interesting to see that kind of a late resurgence. So yeah. And then Conor McGregor. I don't know. Do you know Conor McGregor well? He's the Irish guy.
I don't know him personally, but yeah, I know he's kind of like...
I've heard of him.
He's like the bad boy of the UFC right now.
He's a bad boy. I don't know if he's just very cocky and very verbose and very vocal. And
he also looks like a psycho.
He looks like a psycho. He has a tattoo on his chest of a gorilla eating a heart. That's all
right. That's the one I'm getting. I don't have.
He was
any
on
tattoos,
Conan talking about
what?
it. He's like, yeah, I just wanted something a little softer, so I just went with the gorilla eating a heart. But he was originally supposed to fight Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo, I don't know, backed out or was injured or something. I don't really know what happened in that fight, but he ended up backing out at the title fight, and he's the champion. So Conor McGregor took on Chad Mendes, late notice, and basically got smothered for the first 2 rounds, and then knocked Chad Mendes out at the end of the second. So for all the UFCs I've seen, and I've seen a number of them, this is easily one of the best cards, start to finish, that I've ever seen in person, or not in person.
That's
on pay-per-view.
That's the review so far. So
yeah,
people said it was pretty awesome. I'm looking at the UFC shirts, and CM Punk shirt just says Phillip Brooks on it. But I guess they must have like a selection of shirts for each guy, because McGregor has one that says Notorious, and it actually has his tattoo on it. So it's more like this is like WWE Shop.com merch,
right? So that's going to be good for your Punks and your McGregors and your Joneses and the guys who are the favorites,
popular fighters,
because they're going to make a lot more money off of merchandising, I would think. But your lower guys, no
Boxcar Joe's not going to make a lot.
Yeah, exactly. A Brad Pickett shirt.
Ooh,
yeah. So,
I mean, Brad Pickett's mom probably has one.
A Dong Young Kim shirt. Those aren't coming around. So it's not a bad idea. I think Punk will benefit from it, at least in the interim.
If they give him a cooler looking shirt, his shirt right now is kind of, like I said,
you have the disadvantage of being named Phillip Brooks.
Yeah, it's not as cool. So yeah, you reckon they'll have like merch stands like they do at like wrestling events and at sporting arenas all over the world?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think that's
a good opportunity to sell it.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? So that show.
I don't know who Punk's gonna fight though.
He's still a while away, right?
Is he?
I think so. Now he's got like some promo photos of him with the gloves.
I almost feel like they announced it too early.
He's got the mitts on. Yeah.
Because I'm going to fight in the UFC eventually. I haven't trained ever, so just give me 2 to 3 years. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But he's also that guy who's 36, going to be 37 in October.
He's no spring chicken.
Yeah, exactly. He's not young.
Do you know his exact birthday?
Yeah, because I'm literally just looking at his.
His wiki page?
His photo ID is right next to
Yeah,
it.
well, I was trying to see if they had a fight for him yet, and they still don't, so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens to old Philly.
Apparently his nickname's going to be CM Punk. We'll see about that.
Oh, yeah. Phil CM Punk Brooks.
Like Connor is the notorious.
Does he come out to that song, by the way?
Notorious. No. Is he sponsored by Sleeman's? No, he's not. So there's a lot of missed opportunities out there. Actually,
I don't think he's going to be sponsored by
Sinead
a
O'Connor
beer.
sang him out.
Oh, I heard that too.
Yeah,
they had,
and
like,
the
live,
lead singer. Okay, well, I'll tell
intros.
you. Aaron Lewis sung out Chad Mendes, and we all know Aaron Lewis is the lead singer of.
I know it's not Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Aaron Lewis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the Stained guy?
Yeah. I was like,
his name isn't Stained?
Guy?
Been a while.
Yeah,
I thought his name was Stained.
No, his name is not Stained minus the D. It's just
Stained Johnson.
Yeah.
God. Well, that's cool. You know, they got the live intros. I say it's like a very kind of WrestleMania feel, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's good stuff. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know what's
sport.
going to mean for the lower end fighters. If they get paid out more, or if they profit share on the merchandise, would be helpful. But it's hard to say.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And I would have watched this event. I probably would have ordered a pay-per-view and had some people over, but I was predisposed that night. I was watching Fighting on My Own live in person.
Fighting is...
Hey, man, Shayna Baszler was there, and she did some stuff.
She has a name.
Threw on an ankle
lock.
lock.
Anything.
Well, it should if you I don't know what she's actually done in UFC, but Shayna's one of Ronda's buddies. She's a member of her little squad of girls called Four Horsewomen.
That name did not ring a bell for me. Did it for you, Matt?
Okay.
No.
So I was wondering. All right, sorry, that's fine.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention for a minute, so it still doesn't ring a bell.
All right, and it's hard
cool.
to pay attention for the 1 hour a week we do this, but
Sorry, were you talking for an hour?
Oh, shut up. So she's basically famous by association. But no, she was. It was cool. This was at the Commodore in downtown Vancouver. This was called Ballroom Brawl 4 by the local promotion, Elite Canadian Championship Wrestling. And yeah, it was a good time, man. I want to find some better seats next time because it is this is a venue built for concerts. So they have a stage and a floor, but the floor's got a bunch of posts on it. So I need to find a table next time that's not concealed by the post. But they sold it out. They sold it out. It was a good time. Main event was a 4-way ladder match that had some pretty cool spots. Shayna Baszler turned heel at the end of that one. And we had a new champion. This guy named Artemis Spencer. So I don't really know the characters too well. I follow them on social media. But it was a good time. And I thought it was very good value for the money. I took my friends there. Ian Hanlon, friend of the show, he was there. He was really into it. Ian Hanlon's friend of the show was there. He was really into it, man. He was enjoying it. All the guys I brought. Me and my roommate are the only weekly watching wrestling fans, and then my other two friends are more casual, but they were into it. They got into it, so it's fun. Wrestling's fun when you see someone get beat up right in front of you in person. It's
well, I'll tell you, the couple cards I've seen, it's been not good. So it was how was it quality wise? I guess
it was probably helped by the fact that we're in a bar and can order beverages. But I think the quality was pretty good. I thought it was some of the best. I saw these guys do a show a couple of years ago at a place called the Russian Cultural Center, and it was the Pacific. Because I know the name of the place. There's also a Croatian Cultural Center and an Italian one. But they did the Pacific Cup tournament. And I was really impressed. I thought I had no idea what to expect going into it. I remember when I showed up to the venue, there was a huge line around the block. I was like, oh, these guys I guess they're kind of popular. Everybody jammed to the Russian Cultural Center. And yeah, I was really impressed at the level these guys worked at. I thought everybody showed a lot of effort and the athleticism was pretty good. They're all kind of smaller guys, obviously, just because they're local. But yeah.
Good effort.
Yeah, I was impressed. So I was impressed at Pacific Cup, and I was impressed this time. And next time they come through the Commodore, I'll definitely be checking them out again. For Barroom Brawl V, I suppose it would be. Barroom Brawl 5. So yeah, it was a good time. So if no, they aren't coming your way. And I'm also looking forward to seeing Raw in Everett. In a couple weeks? Yeah, it'd be a good time. Hey, Alex, you saw a live show recently. It was a concert. How was it?
Oh man. It was last night, and if you can tell, my voice is...
Yeah, you're screaming yourself.
It was off the chain. It was off the chain.
Okay, cool.
I don't like to admit this, I kind of blacked out during the concert.
Oh, kind of blacked out. Okay.
And anything that would have gone from short-term to long-term memory hasn't really taken yet. I'm hoping by next week I can give you a better review of the show. But it was great.
So you think all those little memory balls all went into the dump? Is that what happened?
Yeah, all the memory balls went into the dump. And so I got hope and I got sadness in there, or joy, or whatever her name is, and Karen, and they're all looking, and Phyllis,
Karen,
and Leslie Nope are all looking for my memories. So for right now, I'll say top notch, but I should be able to give you a more in-depth review next week. I'm a little tired, so we'll see.
I really wanted to watch that. I was working the night, but I was really wanting to watch that home run derby. Apparently, that was off the chain too.
Oh, I was watching it. Completely new format this year, which was a great format. I don't know why they didn't think of it before. So instead of doing 10 outs per round per person, they go 4 minutes. And I think if you get over 10 home runs in your 4 minutes, you get a 30-second bonus time.
Oh, it's like a video. It sounds like a video game.
It was awesome. And so it goes a lot faster. It's a lot more intense because they can't, if a guy is hitting like these pop flies, they can't throw the next pitch until the previous ball has hit the ground. So guys are kind of getting antsy and all that. But there's a home guy there because it was in Cincinnati. Frazier, I think his name was, who's from, I want to say, the state of Ohio and actually plays for the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah. And he ended up winning it. But was down like 14-6 with like half his return gone and just went off and hit like 5 in a row and then ended up tying it and then hitting the winning run in the bonus time. So it was, for all reasons, including the new format, it was a lot more exciting thing. If you're down like 4 with a minute left, like you can get that. If you're down 4 with 1 or 2 outs left, it's a lot harder. So it's kind of a race against the clock, makes it way more exciting.
It's Todd Frazier is the name of the guy.
Todd Frazier. Yeah.
Or Frazier.
Frazier. It is Frazier. Why do people say that?
Frazier. And it was Chris Berman calling it, right? He was doing the commentary.
He's from Jersey. Yeah, I don't know,
I like this.
I always hated
shows up for baseball.
How many times can you say that? And he'd get really into it. He'd be like, there's another one. There's another one. No, that one didn't go.
I want him to do. I want him to do a regular baseball game, and it's like, where are the home runs? How come no one's? Why is everyone just standing around? That one was on the ground.
What is standing around?
Hit it more.
That one didn't even go in the air. That's not back. All right. Yes, I know it's a bad impression. You shut up.
I mean, hey, Frank Caliendo. What can I say?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm not Frank Caliendo. Or Jay Farrow, or heck, Will Sasser for that matter. We'll throw his name out there too. Hey, sporting events. You guys try to get tickets to something. Are the pass tickets on sale right now?
They went on sale last Wednesday at 11 a.m. Atlantic time, 10 a.m. Eastern. And I was in charge of getting the tickets, and it did not go well.
We were prepared for the possibility.
First things first, I'm the realist. Second thing,
I'm the illest.
Yeah, whatever.
I know what that song is.
Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding. Weird Al covered it.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Folks, that's actually how Will finds out about music.
Oh, my God.
Don't say fun. Wait a minute. Don't say fun.
Oh, my God. Folks, hilarious. I'm just kidding. Weird Al covered it. Of course you know that.
Loser. Of course I know.
It's a justification. Was it Handy?
It's Handy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, we're at the whole thing right now.
Anyway,
so what happened, Alex?
First thing is, I'm like at work, and I'm like, all right, I got this.
All right. No. As soon as you think you got this, you don't get it.
I didn't think I got it at all. And I'm talking to Matt, and I'm like, is there a price, is it too high? And he's like, not really, because we'll probably won't be there too often. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, oh, by the way, remember, we're getting 5 and not, And I was like, totally. Yeah, I totally remember that. Did not remember that at all. When you go to buy online to Ticketmaster, when it comes up, first of all, the site goes way faster once tickets go on sale. Second of all, the maximum you can get is 4. When you're trying to do best available. So I tried to do it, and I was like, oh, that sucks. And then I went to the map, and like of the 70,000 seats at Gillette, there was like specks of like 1 seat here, like not even 2 together anywhere. And this is maybe less than a minute after tickets went on sale. So it was not good. I don't know how many of those are sold prior to. Like, they must have a ton of pre-sales or something like that. But, like, because some of them were limited have, even beforehand.
Like the Pats Club or something.
I don't know. Yeah. So we're going to, and we were expecting this, we're going to have to go through StubHub or some iteration of that and figure it out. Probably wait till the season starts to see those prices go down, because right now they're a little expensive. Like, the markup on tickets is so stupid.
It's ridiculous. So how much? What's a range you can give me?
I don't know, of markup. Like, the regular seats
like,
would
just
sell
like,
for like regular seats that would sell for $25 would sell for like, or sorry, not 25, 75, and like the 300s or 500s. What's the 300s? And now they're like 350.
Ugh.
Or like 300 or like 260. Like they're kind of in that anywhere from like 260 to like 325 or something like that. So I think if we wait a bit for, say, the season to start, and if the Redskins aren't too hot, then you're going to see those prices go down. But so we're going to wait on that and see how that goes. It's like when I was going to Boston, I was trying to get tickets for this comedian, Tom Segura, and the tickets online are $22. And if you try and buy them secondhand, they were on sale for like literally $300. I was like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Like, it would have cost me like $87 for 3 tickets, and now it would have cost me $894 for 3 tickets.
Whoa. I got to see his Netflix special, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. I should have bought the tickets way beforehand, but I wasn't sure if my friends be into it or not, so I waited, and then I waited way too long.
Whatever. You've gone to enough shows. You're having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? There's one other thing. I mean, we're approaching the end of the podcast.
That's right. It's folks, if you're listening to this, it's almost over. Okay, so enjoy these last few minutes.
We got tons of time.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. That's just good.
We talked briefly last week on the podcast, and for some reason I don't know why we didn't bring it up, but Alex and I both went to see Jaws at the Oxford Theater.
Yes, as I mentioned last week on the podcast, we should have went to see the movie Jaws the day before.
And you know what? We did.
Get in the flux capacitor.
We turned it on. Well, we didn't go see Back to the Future, which is a little bit confusing. But so we went to see Jaws. I had never seen Jaws before.
I had seen Jaws before several times.
Yeah, I knew it was about a shark. I knew that Richard Dreyfuss was in it. I knew Robert Shaw was in it. I knew the shark was not nice.
Basically, we got in the car after the movie, and Matt was like, I knew 3 things about that movie going into it.
Yeah. So it was pretty amazing, the experience, because I'm in there with a bunch of Jaws heads. But I feel like, I mean, the way there was first off, there's a lot more humor in that movie than I realized there would be, which was great, because if you see a movie that you haven't seen before and there's jokes in it, you don't know the jokes. So they're funny and they just hit you. It's great.
Yeah, despite the movie. I mean, this was telling people I was going, they're like, oh, for Shark Week? And I'm like, no, it's the 40th anniversary of Jaws is the reason why. But
yeah,
some people don't see the point of seeing a classic movie in theaters. I love it, the idea of it. And the tickets are super cheap, really good crowd. They all applauded at the end of the movie, which was great. I love it when people do that. It makes so much sense.
The pettest of peeves that Alex has. People applaud at the end of it.
So stupid.
But if you haven't seen Jaws, people, you should go see Jaws. It's preferably at the Oxford a week ago.
Yeah, I got to look up. I got to see if it's showing in a theater here, because I would absolutely. I own it on DVD, but I would like to see that on the big screen.
Theaters.
Yeah. Where is it? I think it's in somewhere in Florida. They have an outdoor movie screen you can watch it on in an inner tube. You're like floating in a. Boy, you imagine that? Oh man,
there'd be so much pee in that water.
Oh, it's all pee. It's just
totally pee.
It's just Lake OP is what it is.
Pee and a little bit of chlorine.
Yeah, Constellation urine. But can you imagine like you dive under and have a shark fin on your head and just poke people in the butt? That'd be fun, right?
Oh, that'd be so much fun. That'd be like going to see a horror movie in a house with a real serial killer.
The real serial. Yeah, this guy's actually a real serial killer. We're not going to protect you from him.
He's a member of the Suicide Squad. That's why we let him out.
Yeah, he holds your knife to your throat. You're like, just no. There's like 5 minutes left. Let me see how this ends. Then he can kill me. Hurry up. Well, I'm glad you finally saw it, Matt. I'm glad you had a positive reaction to old Stevie's little shark flick that he made a couple years ago.
There's a part in the movie where they're exploring a boat, and I was like,
"Oh, you forgot that part?" Or
I was kind of like, "Okay."
You knew it was coming.
I was like, "Okay, I've seen The Abyss and I've seen this, and in one of these, I think a body pops out." And then I was like, I wonder if it's. I was like, oh my god, it's this one. It's this one. I think it's both actually.
Yeah, it's a tremendous jump scare.
It scared the ish out of me and Matt for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's probably the scariest part of the movie, actually.
And I think they probably just played a Blu-ray, but you know what? The movie looked fantastic.
Yeah, it really
looked and sounded very good.
It did.
And that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I definitely. That was the first time I'd done that, but I definitely do it again.
Oh yeah.
Preferably.
The next one is Apollo 13, which I'm not jumping out of my seat.
Yeah, I'm not as nostalgic about that one. Like Jaws is, I've liked Jaws for a while, so.
Yeah, it's Apollo's another movie I own on DVD, which I quite enjoy. I don't know if I'd see that in the theater again.
Tiger Shark.
Oh, what? That dad-looking guy says that. That's the best thing. Like the mayor's tie. No, remember we saw Apollo 13 at that Saturn day? Remember this?
We were
talking about this. We were talking about this the day after.
Will, do you remember?
The day of.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Saturn days.
Okay, so we used to have a Saturn.
Yes.
Like the kind of car. They made them up until recently.
Yeah, they're made out of plastic.
For some reason, Saturn had a big thing where they would have like special days, little like big parties that took place all day if you owned a Saturn. So
they take a Polaroid of you in front of your car at the dealership. I thought that was
sure
really...
do. We look like $1 million.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Please tell me you guys can dig that up because I want to see that photo.
I'm sure. Well,
please dig that.
I won't. I'll try.
No, you won't try.
Explain. I won't be home, but
Okay.
Yeah. There's all sorts of things. So
you're getting checked up over that.
So part of the Saturn thing was that they would have these big parties. Like they would. I think the one that I'm remembering specifically was at the Rebecca Cone. I was super young, so to me, we just went to the big city of Halifax. There were people walking around. There were people walking around with Pizza Hut pizza. That would just would open it up and be like, "Do you want a slice?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Which to this day is still heaven for Matt. Someone just walking around and offering him pizza.
Yeah, it's heaven because that doesn't happen in regular life, man. Don't act like you walk around and people are just like, "Hey, pizza."
Except they just did. And by just did, I mean 20 years ago.
So they had movies at these things. I don't know when, relative to their release, they came out. I feel like they were probably pre-video release.
Yeah, I think so.
But I bet. Now, Will, there's a part of one we saw Pinocchio.
Yes, the Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Do you remember? Do you remember the connection or why this is worth bringing up?
Pinocchio?
Yeah. Do you know why I'm bringing it up right now?
Well, we watched it at the Saturn thing.
We did watch the Saturn thing, but I had seen it before. I think I saw it for a friend's birthday party.
And you explained the plot to me, right?
Yes. I told you about it. I was like, this happens, and this happens, and this happens.
You get shot in the stomach. And
I was a young kid, and so Will did not believe me because kids say all sorts of dumb things.
It's like the Jupiter Ascending of Pinocchio. The plot of the movie is ridiculous.
Yeah, so he gets shot, and then he comes back. And so Will's like, there's no way that happens.
Yeah, it's like he gets shot.
And then we see it, and that's exactly what happens.
Exactly what happens, yeah. This little
kid
is
told you so.
Yeah, and then I said,
all uppity about it. All uppity about it.
Yeah, it was nuts. And then I think 6 years later, an Italian guy named Roberto Benigni is going to be Pinocchio, and that's going to be. Didn't I say that?
That's an insane thing.
Yeah,
you did.
You did say that.
I said that. I remember. Yes, we saw Pinocchio. Those things, they had chocolate bars and pop all over the place, and just popcorn out the wazoo. It was nuts. They gave out so much stuff. They did that for 2 years. I think the first one we watched was Apollo, and the second one was Pinocchio. I think that was the order.
Yep.
And the year after that, they just built playgrounds.
Yep.
I thought they did the playgrounds concurrently. I didn't think they did those separately.
They did do it separately. It's really
did it separately.
That's dumb.
It wasn't concurrent. It was conjoined, conseparate.
Conseparate.
Yes.
So yeah, those were the fun we had because Mom and Dad bought us Saturn.
The fun we had when you can eat as much junk food as you want, and like Jerry Seinfeld said, next day feel fantastic. And that is
who's giving out candy?
Everyone we know is giving out candy. He's here. I mentioned this November 13th. I think he's here. But
he's staying with you.
He's in my house, yeah. And Jerry's going to stay up. He's going to have to deal with that little hair on the wall in the shower. He's trying to throw water at it and knock that thing down. He doesn't like staying at people's houses. So I'd like to be able to see him, but we'll see.
It's too bad you guys can't connect since he's staying at your house.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's just we're going two different ways, right?
Yeah, it's true. Will, if you wanted to tell somebody what you were up to,
yes,
what means would you
personally and professionally? I'm on Twitter. I'm at William C. Vaughn. I tried to change it on Instagram to just William Vaughn, but that's already taken. So I'll stick with the C. I just want to mention something very quickly. I'm plugging some stuff right now.
Mention it quicker.
Get there.
Not mentioning it fast enough.
So here's the thing. I'm just going to quickly mention this. If you're in New York or Los Angeles on Tuesday, August 11th, if you're in New York City at the Magno in Manhattan or L.A. at the Landmark Regent by the UCLA campus, the film Edward is screening those days at 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. Pacific in Los Angeles and 6 p.m. Eastern in New York City. So if you're there, definitely check it out.
6 p.m. Pacific in New York and 6 p.m. Eastern in LA.
Yes. No, wait. That's the wrong one.
Reverse it.
Put the thing in, flip it, and reverse it. Matt, where can we find you on Twitter? What do you have to plug?
I'm at MP Vaughn. I have a podcast called the Triple Threat Podcast.
I don't like it.
Me and my brothers have a podcast that we have together. Listen to that. And also follow me on that Twitter and favorite everything I tweet.
Favorite, yes. Give it that star. Favorite the heck out of it.
Yeah, just do it.
And now Alex has to ask himself where to find him on Twitter.
And where am I on Twitter? Where am I in the universe? Are any of us really here?
Wow.
I'm on
I like
the
that.
Twit at Evanix, EVAUGHANICS. You don't have to like and retweet or favorite everything I do. Make me feel real good about myself. But I'm already a big fan of myself, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Yes, he is a big fan of himself.
It's like Kevin Smith says, he's the biggest Kevin Smith fan there is.
That might be the saddest part of Kevin Smith.
I know. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It explains so much, though.
It really does.
So much.
It really do.
Yeah. So that's the podcast, guys.
That is it.
And girls, I guess I'm talking to the audience, not each other. Ooh, nice.
Are you? Oh, yes. It's like when we clapping at the end.
Clapping at the end for everyone to
Yes.
hear.
If you just heard this podcast, put your device or whatever down and give us a little round of applause. We'll
Give us a
appreciate
little,
it.
Do it on the bus. Do it in your car. Do it as you walk down the street. Just
in your car. Take both hands off the wheel. Give us a round of applause.
I think you can drive safely and do that at the same time.
Okay. Well,
Not if you're in a roundabout.
Yeah, not if you're
be careful.
Roundabout. No, you can steer with your knees and text at the same time. Nope, don't text and drive. That's the message from this week.
No, but write a long form letter.
Yes. Okay.
Because there's no law against that.
Yeah, I guess not.
See you next week, everyone.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
No, don't say an extra bye. We already said bye.
I didn't say bye, though.
The music's too loud. It can't hear us anyway.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, do. She's. So I'm a podcast dear, and my podcast dear. How'd that song go again, Alex?
Check out Cheerleader, and then listen back on the days of release, which is later today.
Sings it?
OMI? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It sounded great, and you guys are stupid for not knowing it.
Is it IGGY?
No. My name and ball.
Who dat? No, stop. Just turn it off.
You can turn it off at any time. Me talking does not extend the podcast.
Yes, it does.